Hello there, readers. It's Gma JuJu, and it's Monday, which means it's Moose Day. So I have another moose story for you. Last Monday, we read about Moosekitos. And this is another story about the same moose, but it's called Moosekitos, a moose family reunion. Let's read about it. Moosekitos. Moose was feeling a mite melancholy, a bit blue, sort of sad. He was missing his big moosey family. Why, he hadn't seen them in years. Looking at the old family photos were almost bringing him to tears. Moose missed being together, making memories, enjoying good times. He even missed grumpy Uncle Harry and Cousin Curly's bad jokes and Aunt Lurlene's bad cooking. Oh, Moose sighed. Oh, gosh, how he longed to see all the folks. He's just missing everyone. My poor down-in-the-dumps dear, said his darling missus. There's no need to pine long or be lonesome. Let's plan a party, a reunion and celebration. My love, what do you say to an old-fashioned family vacation? A family reunion vacation? How simple, how easy, how perfectly perfect. Moose calls one out. North to south, east to west, and all places in between. From the relatives up in Moosekitos to the kin down in Mississippi, to mooses in Texas, Montana, and even south in Alabama. The whole hairy herd would meet up at their Mountain Moose Lodge. We passed the word to everybody. Let's get together. A big family reunion vacation. Moose's mustache curled in anticipation. He planned 3-legged races for the first day, silly songs for the next. He scheduled swimming and sunning, tanning and fanning, boating and floating, hiking and biking, mornings to fish and time to chat and to dish, and everyone sleeping under the stars. Togetherness. Sighed the merry moose. Positively, perfectly perfect. He's so excited. Let's get it all planned out. With calendars marked with an X and watches synchronized to the second, mooses from coast to coast loaded up cars, packed up vans, and stuffed trucks. Doot, doot, honk, honk, lots of goodbye waves, and off they went. Woohoo! Caravans chugged up hills and slid down dales and snaked through tunnels and crossed bridges and rivers this way, that way, left, right, to the tippity top of the mountain and Moose Lodge. They're coming from everywhere. Yay! Uncles or aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, each and every cousin piled out to meet and greet. There was lots of moose hugging, cuddling and kissing, handshaking, back slapping, hand clapping, tears and giggles too. It was just as Moose had hoped and planned. Yay! Everybody was together. One big, perfectly perfect family reunion, said Moose, ready with his camera, and click! All together again. Now everyone say cheese. Achoo! No, that was a sneeze. Moose looked at his darling wife. Her eyes were suddenly blurry and her nose runny and red. I think I'm allergic, she sniffed. I'm going to bed. Before Moose could refocus, Bucky, Junior, and the rest of the boys grabbed a volleyball and raced off. Sister and the girls scooted to the beach. Cousins Larry, Mo, and Curly climbed into a canoe and paddled away on the lake. Great Aunt Matilda trailed off to birdwatch, for heaven's sake. Everybody's going different directions. The kin from Montana vamoosed and went for a hike. Great-great-granny toddled off on her bike. Then the cousins from Texas got ornery and started to squabble. The 4 sisters from Mississippi got into a tiff, and Uncle Harry started grumbling and stomped off with a sniff. Stop! Wait! Cried Moose, watching them scatter. What about togetherness? Ah! This isn't what he planned? Not now. Maybe later. Catch you next time. Mind your own beeswax. Go fly a kite. The family was not playing ball, at least not together. Moose tried. He really tried to find something they all wanted to do. It was not simple. It was not easy. And it did not work. But Moose was still hopeful. He had an idea. Ooh. What do you think he's planning that's going to bring everybody together? The next evening, as daylight faded, the stars came out and everyone trailed back for dinner. Moose was ready and waiting. He had the campfire crackling, stew bubbling, potatoes roasting, marshmallows toasting. Moose got out his banjo and plunkered a favorite sing-along tune. He strummed, he hummed, he sang, and cooed. Nobody joined in. The kids were whiny and cranky, the teens tired and bored. Aunt Lurleen yawned. Mo and Larry sat back and snored. Quiet, said Uncle Harry, shuffling off to bed. Oh dear. He was hoping a campfire and sing-along would bring everybody together. It didn't work. But what about family togetherness? Moose sighed, sadly eating a s'more all by his lonesome. Aww. As the last campfire flames flickered, the only sound Moose heard was a ribbit solo. Just a frog. And then, from somewhere in the dark, in the quiet, came a bzzz, and then a and then a and then ouch, ouch, ooh, ouch, slap, smack, scratch, 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 scratch. Uh-oh, what is it? Can you see? Oh dear, land sakes, it's mosquitoes, cried the Mississippi ants, wailing with alarm. Blasted buggy biters, shouted Uncle Tex in the middle of the swarm. Slap, slap, smack, smack, scratch, scratch, itch, scratch. Help, mosquitoes, yelled the boys as they tumbled off their cots. Help, mosquitoes, cried the girls, covered with bumpy pink polka dots. Oh dear. Mosquitoes were everywhere. Ah! Do something, my darling, said Mrs. Moose as she scratched between her achooes. But Moose pondered and wondered, worried. What could he really do? Then suddenly he froze. One of the biggest mosquitoes landed right on his nose. Moose gulped, then went eye to eye with the big buzzer. They glared, they stared. Who would blink first? Who do you think? And then Moose grinned and smiled. He didn't swat, smack, swish, but knew exactly what to do. Moose reached into his knapsack for his tried and true moustache glue. Moustache glue. Moose ordered one and all to take a heaping hoofful of the whitey pasty glop. Then Tex lassoed some whiskers from the bottom, while the beehive aunties took hold from the top. Herded around in a circle, everyone took a share of Moose's hair, while even Uncle Harry took part. What are they doing with the glue in his mustache? Oh, and with Moose's orchestration and a little humming and some dandy moosey dosey dos, together they all wove this way, then that way, up and down, front and back. What are they weaving with his mustache? Do you know? I don't. There was no need to worry, no reason to fret. Thanks to Moose and his moustache, the family now had the world's biggest mosquito net. The glued brood was safe and sound and snuggled all around, with Moose smack dab in the middle. Oh yes, it was cramped, it was crowded, and Uncle Harry's snores were most definitely loud. They took his mustache and they weaved a net, and they all got under it. Ooh, good thinking. But they were together at last, as close as any family could be. Moose sighed. It was a perfectly perfect reunion, even if they did itch. Moose wanted them to be together, and they were, under his mustache net. That's kind of crazy. Well, I'm hoping that sometime, maybe when all this virus stuff is done and over, then maybe our family can get together. That would be a lot of fun. And I kind of hope we don't have the mosquitoes. But if we do, that's okay too, because we would be together. Y'all have a great day. Love ya. Bye-bye.